Now, the cure word is an interesting word to talk about. It's an interesting word to think about. I did a segment over the weekend on congestive heart failure, and Natalie Cole died way too young from congestive heart failure, and she's not alone. Hundreds of thousands of people over the decades have died from congestive heart failure, and nobody asks the question, why don't the MDs know how to cure it? Whenever somebody develops heartburn, nobody asks the question, why don't the MDs know how to cure it? Whenever anybody develops any chronic disease, any acute disease whatsoever, the exceptions here being infectious diseases, right? Bacterial infections, because the MDs know how to cure those most of the time. Bacterial, antibiotic-resistant bacterial infections, it's an entirely different subject. But in point of fact, nobody asks the question, why doesn't my MD know how to cure my high blood pressure? Why doesn't my MD know how to cure my fibromyalgia? Why doesn't my MD know how to cure my congestive heart failure? Why doesn't my MD know how to cure my asthma? Why doesn't my MD know how to cure my arthritis? Why doesn't my MD know how to cure my rheumatoid arthritis? Why doesn't my MD know how to cure my blood sugar issue, type 2 diabetes, type 1 diabetes? Why doesn't my doctor know how to cure anything? We don't ask this question. I don't know why. It's because, to a certain extent, I believe we have become enamored. We have become perhaps beholden. We have become brainwashed by the MD. And, maybe there is a Russian mind control satellite, as George Norrie points out, is a reality. Maybe there is something insidious going on here behind the curtain that makes everybody just line up for the MD's Machiavellian, mediocre, monopolistic therapeutics that deliver less than perfect results all of the time, which are associated with bad side effects and are extremely expensive. But that's one thing. The other thing is, why don't we ask the question, well, it's the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen. This is the United States of America. This is Canada. This is the European Union. Why don't you know what causes these things? Why don't you even attempt to cure them? Because the medical doctors do not attempt to cure these illnesses. They do not. For goodness sakes. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it again. Your medical doctor doesn't know how to cure heartburn. How effective do you think they're going to be at being able to cure cancer if they don't know how to cure heartburn? Well, the answer is less than effective, and that's exactly what we have here. Arthritis, incidence of arthritis is rising, incidence of congestive heart failure rising, incidence of asthma, incidence of everything. Chronic diseases are not going away. They're getting worse. Life expectancy is getting shorter. More and more people develop Alzheimer's all the time. More and more people are born autistic all the time. This while we've given exclusive dictatorial control of the medical marketplace to the MDs, and nobody asks the question, why do you guys suck as much as you do? Because I think we've been socialized to believe that medical school is only for the intrepid. Medical school is not for those faint of heart. Medical school is very difficult. You have to be top of your class, egghead A number 1 in order to be a medical doctor. That stuff is extremely academically challenging, and those people have it dialed in. Well, they don't. People who go to school to learn how to do MD-directed medicine are not taught medicine. They're taught MD-directed medicine. They're taught how to deliver drugs and how to perform surgery. And the intention of the drug is not to cure the illness. The intention of the drug is to manage the symptoms. And because they've monopolized the medical marketplace for 100 years, because they've kicked the chiropractors off the bus, kicked the naturopaths off the bus, kicked the homeopaths off the bus, kicked the Ayurvedic practitioners off the bus, kicked every other medical practitioner off of the bus, because they have not let anybody else play, all that we have experience with is what they do. And we just think that medicine equals what the MDs do. And so when medicine fails, we don't blame the MDs, we blame the disease. Oh, it must be very complicated. Has to be genetic. Well, no, it's not. It's the methodology brought to the table by the MD. That's the problem. Nobody is questioning this. Nobody is looking at this. And not even the MDs. For goodness sakes, the MDs have swallowed their own propaganda hook, line, and sinker more than you have. Because when the medical doctor looks at their patient and sees that they don't know how to cure the heartburn, for goodness sakes, they are completely incompetent when it comes to cancer. Have no earthly idea what causes congestive heart failure. None whatsoever. When they see their therapeutics failing, when they see their ideation less than perfect, do they question? No. They write another script. Because they themselves think that, well, if we can't figure it out, nobody can. Meanwhile, the Ayurvedic practitioners have been curing this for centuries. Traditional Chinese medical doctors curing conditions for centuries. Naturopaths, homeopaths, we've been curing diseases for a long, long time. And yet to hear the medical doctors talk, oh, don't go to see that homeopath. It's quackery. Oh, no. Let's not go to those Ayurvedic practitioners. That's only the oldest system of medicine practiced on planet Earth. Let's not go there. They just use plants. Not drugs. Drugs is the only way. Dr. Huffenpuff says, you must use the drug. It's scientific medicine. It's rational medicine. It's the best medicine that money can buy. Well, money can buy it, but it's not the best medicine that money can buy. And the thing here is that we do not need to manage the medical system better. We do not. The medical system does not need to be managed, massaged, tweaked, upregulated, downregulated. Does not. It needs to be abandoned because it doesn't work, and we need a free medical market. We need to let the naturopaths practice in all 50 states. We need to have medical insurance pay for it in all 50 states. We need to have naturopathic physicians admitted to be able to practice in hospitals in all 50 states. We need to have the same for chiropractors, homeopaths, Ayurvedic practitioners, herbalists, everybody. Everybody who's licensed and regulated needs to be let into the playing field equally, but we are far from that, and this is why we suffer. And this deception, this socialization, this matrix is so deep that when celebrities, Danny Thomas, Neil Armstrong, right, when our celebrities die at the hands of the MDs, nobody raises their arms in alarm. Nobody. So my suggestion, the next time you go to your medical doctor, well, don't. The only time to go to a medical doctor is if you're bleeding or have extreme pain that you don't know what's causing it. You, in point of fact, do need surgery, right? You've fallen off the bus. Your car was hit by a train, heaven forbid. You do need surgery. Well, go to the MD. But if you're not suffering with a nasty infection that you haven't been able to get on the other side of, or you're not bleeding to death, you don't have a broken bone or trauma to your body, then stay the heck away from the medical doctor's office, because their treatments are not designed to fix the problem. The treatments are designed to manage it. And, it's only, if you paint over the mold in the basement, it's only a matter of time until it gets worse. So here's what you can ask your MD, however, if you are at a cocktail party or somewhere in their presence and you feel a disturbance in the force. Doctor, my sister, my brother, my boss, my somebody has asthma. Can you tell me what causes asthma and how to cure it? What's that you say? You don't know what causes asthma? Why in the 21st century have you no earthly idea whatsoever what causes asthma? And what are the side effects of your treatment? And how effective are the treatments? And what's going to happen over time when people take your treatments? How much money are you going to make from the application of this type of medicine? What do you make every year? I'd like to know what you made last year. What was your gross income? What was your net? What was your net income last year? I'd like to know. But we don't ask these questions because we cower in intellectual inferiority whenever we are in the presence of an MD, because we think that their you-know-what doesn't stink, and they're just human beings like you and I, and they have been trained, they have been brought up inside of a medical discipline which is insufficient to the cause. Your medical doctor may be the nicest person that God ever created, but they do not know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in. And they've been trained in an archaic, old-fashioned, outdated type of medicine called allopathic reductionism, which argues you cannot cure disease. You must simply manage it. The body is a bag of biochemicals waiting to break. And when it does break, the only option is to manage the symptoms with synthetic man-made drugs and surgery, more drugs and more surgery, more drugs and more surgery, until death do us part. And it does. Remember, the leading cause of death in the United States, MD-directed medical treatments, to the tune of 760,000 people a year, more or less. Leading cause of bankruptcy, MD-directed medical treatments. What's the most expensive medicine? The one that doesn't work. Enough of this nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and join me in the undiscovered country of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition like James in California did. That's who we're going to talk to when we come back. Stick around.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Let's go right to the phones and talk to James in California. Hey, James, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Glidden.
Good morning, James.
Yes, I had a question this morning in regards to getting high blood pressure under control and also ED.
Yeah. So is this you or someone you know?
This is a friend of mine, and I'm just looking to see what I can help them with supplements.
Okay, so a lot of things to understand about high blood pressure. The first thing is that we have to all agree as to which numbers are the correct numbers. And the medical doctors move this goalpost all of the time in order to sell more blood pressure meds, right? So when I was in school, and the correct way to think about this is you are hypertensive and in need of some type of immediate assistance. If you have 3 back-to-back readings, like, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, or 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 consecutive readings, back-to-back readings, where both numbers are elevated above 140/90. Both numbers are elevated above 140/90. Medical doctors all of the time will prescribe blood pressure medication when just one of the numbers is elevated in just one visit to the doctor's office. And there's something called white coat syndrome, where people are nervous when they're at the doctor's office, and so their blood pressure goes up. And so they don't really have high blood pressure, but the doctor gives them, writes it on the chart that they have high blood pressure, and now they have high blood pressure. So 3 consecutive readings where both numbers are elevated above 140/90 means you need immediate assistance, pharmaceutical assistance or something. You need to do something in order to deal with it. Now, if just one of the numbers is elevated, or both numbers are elevated just one time out of 3, then you are borderline hypertensive. And in borderline hypertension, we can intervene with medical nutrition. And even if you are hypertensive and you are on meds or you need meds, then when you're taking the medication to lower the blood pressure, you must do medical nutrition at the same time in order to try to get to the root cause of what caused the high blood pressure in the first place. Remember, the medical doctors don't know what causes high blood pressure. Imagine that. And so their treatments are designed 100% to symptomatically manage the problem. It's the management. It's not a healing. It's not curing. It's management. So there are 2 things to consider when somebody is either borderline hypertensive or de facto hypertensive. The first thing to consider is that they don't have enough calcium, they don't have enough magnesium. In order for there are little muscles in the arteries of your body, and in order for the muscle and those muscles constrict and relax in order to help the heart pump blood. They need to have sufficient amounts of minerals in order to constrict and relax, especially calcium and magnesium. So if you're deficient in minerals, what will happen is the muscles will constrict, but they won't relax. And when that happens, you have high blood pressure. The vast majority of the time in my clinical experience, this is a simple calcium and or magnesium deficiency. And it goes away, high blood pressure goes away within 8 weeks, depending on your body weight, with medical nutrition sufficient to the cause. So the first thing to do here is the Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. One of those, it's a Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. One of those per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And then two extra bottles for 2 months of Beyond Osteo FX, which is the liquid calcium, magnesium, multiple mineral supplement. Now, one bottle of the calcium Beyond Osteo FX is in the Healthy Body Start Pack. But because we're attempting here to intervene with, an illness, then the recommendation would be to give extra calcium, extra magnesium, extra minerals. And we do that with 2 extra bottles of Beyond Osteo FX a month. That's what I would do for the first 8 weeks. If that does not produce results, if that therapy does not normalize blood pressure inside of 8 weeks, then we have to consider this is a kidney issue, not a artery issue, but a kidney issue. These are the 2 main operative causes of high blood pressure, not a problem with the muscles in the arteries. They have constricted, but they can't relax, and or peripheral arterial disease in the kidneys, which has been undiagnosed. This is the buildup of plaque and crap and eeny-weeny taint blood vessels inside the kidney. We're up against a hard break, James. When we come back, I'll tell you what to do for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. Thanks for tuning in and turning on. Back to James in Canada, California, rather. James, you still with me?
I am.
All right, James. So if you do the calcium and magnesium therapy, in addition to the 90 essential nutrients, and the blood pressure doesn't yield, then we must consider it's a kidney issue. And if it is a kidney issue, then what we do there is to the program you would back off with the extra calcium, stop taking the extra calcium. You would add to the program 1 bottle of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 bottle of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and 4 bottles of Good Herbs Heart Support, 4 bottles of Good Herbs Heart Support per month, and 1 bottle of niacin. Youngevity has a brand new niacin product per 100 pounds of body weight per month. So that's 1 bottle of selenium, 1 bottle of niacin per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and the Good Herbs Healthy Heart. We do the Healthy Heart because there are herbs in there that help to uncongest blood vessels that have become laden with crap. Now, why do blood vessels become laden with crap? Because people are eating all the wrong food all the time. So the foundation background of all of this is that you, me, the person with high blood pressure, the person with erectile dysfunction, the person with everything, and the man in the moon has to stop eating 12 foods, and you can get that list for free on my website. So eliminate those foods, get on board with those products, and give it 90 days each, or it should be 8 weeks each, and see what happens. Now, erectile dysfunction is caused in men by many things, but the main player there is not enough testosterone. The body doesn't produce enough testosterone. Why doesn't the body produce enough testosterone? Because it has a bad gene? No, because you have a bad doctor. Testosterone is made from cholesterol. So, if anybody is suffering with erectile dysfunction, they need to throw their cholesterol-lowering medications into the toilet. Don't take them anymore. Actually, just bury them in the ground or burn them. Don't put them into the water supply. Get rid of cholesterol-lowering medication and educate yourself about cholesterol. And I have a webinar this Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. It is a webinar on cholesterol myth busting. We have been led down a goose path for the last 50 years about cholesterol. Cholesterol is not the Antichrist. Cholesterol is extremely important to the health of the human body. The MDs have gotten this one completely wrong, but it has benefited them $25 billion in the U.S. alone every year in the sale of cholesterol-lowering drugs. If you want to educate yourself and your family, your church members about the reality of cholesterol and fats in the blood, tune into my webinar this Thursday evening. Thanks, James. I'd love to talk to you all day. I have to move on. It looks like California is on the line today. Wanda from California is called in. Hey, Wanda, thanks for the call. You are live.
Thank you. I have been on Healthy Start Pack 2.0. I'm going on to my 3rd month. I have a lot of issues, but mainly right now is the asthma, sleep, and I'm losing weight, and I can't seem to stop it from spiraling down. I'm below 95 pounds, and that has me worried because I think my optimal weight is 104.
Well, okay. So how long have you been losing weight?
It's just been this last while. It's since I started on this program.
Okay.
I've been losing weight.
Well, how do you feel energy-wise?
Energy-wise, well, right now, because of the asthma, I have no energy. It's hitting me. And I'm kind of surprised because I was hoping that it would address my allergies and my asthma problems. I'm not asthmatic per se, but for some reason it just hits and I can't breathe. I get a tightening of the chest, and it will happen for so many days. Actually, this has been the longest. It's been over a week. So, and I've been using the inhaler a lot, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I get it. So how old are you, and how long have you been dealing with this breathing condition?
Just for the past 3 years. I usually have maybe 1 or 2 attacks in a year, and then never again. And then the following year, I was kind of surprised because I was determined not to have it again. And it struck me just before Christmas. So
we have to do right. So we have to do the right thing right at the right time. Otherwise, we're going to get less than perfect results. So how many years in total have you been dealing with breathing conditions like this? I mean, is this a new thing for the last 3 years, or has this been a lifelong companion that comes and goes?
No, I think it's been for the past 3 years. I've been getting, it just attacks, just out of nowhere.
Now, lung conditions which flare up like this often are associated with long-term GI issues. So have you been suffering with colitis or irritable bowel or Crohn's disease or anything else in your life?
No, not at all.
Okay, so what else besides the breathing has been problematic for you lately?
Well, I have a lot of skin problems, falling hair, sleep issue has been for years.
Is it a difficulty falling asleep or a difficulty staying asleep?
I had a dropped bladder, so they had surgery on that to pick it up. And since that happened, then that's been in the early, I think it was 2007. I have not been able to sleep.
So since the surgery for the dropped bladder, you've had sleep problems?
Well, no, I actually had sleep problems longer than that. Okay. I would say 2005, maybe 2004. Some days I don't even sleep at all.
Yeah, that's a bummer, isn't it? That's just a bummer when that happens.
And I have been taking the HGH, and I was told to take 8 pills a night. Doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I get it. So that's really not the thing to take when you're attempting to fall asleep. I did a webinar about sleep, a 45-minute presentation that walks people, there's a kind of a diagnostic cascade of thought. Here's the first thing you think about when someone has a sleep problem. Here's the second thing you think about, and here's kind of a general strategy, boilerplate strategy. I would go to glidden.healthcare and watch that webinar.
Okay.
It's pretty good, and it might give you insight as to what supplements you're taking right now that you can increase. For instance, I would do 2 ounces of the liquid calcium immediately before bed. I put 2 ounces with 2 ounces of orange juice. If orange juice gives you trouble, then I would do 2 ounces of the liquid calcium and 2 ounces of water immediately before bed. Swallow that stuff, brush your teeth, go to bed. See if that makes a difference. You also want to look to see if there's a blood sugar issue involved here by adding sweeties, but my webinar talks about that. It also gives you a breathing technique that you can experiment with to see if it helps to drift you off into the land of Nod. Now, the lung condition, however, is interesting, right? So do you have your gallbladder?
Yes, I do.
You do. Okay. How many EFAs are you taking a day?
EFAs, I'm taking 3.
Okay. So here's what I would do as an experiment for 4 weeks in a row.
Okay.
I would do 2 EFAs with breakfast, 2 EFAs with lunch, and 2 EFAs with dinner.
Okay.
Because the lungs need more essential fatty acid. And when we have an arthritic problem, we think calcium and magnesium and minerals. And when we have a lung problem, we think omega-3 essential fatty acids initially. There's other things to think about, but that's where we go first. So I would take 6 EFA plus a day for 4 weeks and look to see whether or not that helps to settle things down. Are you simply just not eating as much as you used to eat before?
I think I eat more, because, even though I'm drinking a lot, but most of the food intake that I have, I would say maybe one meal would be solid, but I have liquid greens that I drink. It's about 15, equivalent to 15 servings of green vegetables and fruit. And
okay,
then,
so all right, so this is an interesting thing to think about, right? Because it doesn't make sense to me that when you are nutrifying your body with the longevity line of products, that you should have experienced no noticeable change in your energy at all. When usually, right, with most people, the first thing to bounce back is their energy. And that's the first thing that bounces back. So when people are taking the longevity stuff, and there's no change in their energy whatsoever, then I have to think of something else going on, and the first thing to think about is a food allergy. So what are the most common culprits inculcated with food allergies are any concentrated food substances. So in the longevity stuff, there is concentrated fruits and vegetables. In the green product that you're taking, there's concentrated fruits and vegetables. I would, as an experiment, for 7 days, I would eliminate the greens completely, and I would just do the longevity, and then see what happens to your energy. And if there's been no noticeable change in the energy whatsoever, I would stop taking the Beyond Tangy Tangerine for 7 days, and additionally stop taking the greens for 7 days, and see if your energy bounces back. Because you may have a hidden, undiagnosed food allergy, and that's what's making you tired all the time. It just doesn't make sense that you would be taking all these nutrients into your body and still be fatigued. It doesn't make sense at all.
Well, I think the fatigue is mainly due to the asthma. Without the asthma, I'm fine.
So it's only when the breathing becomes problematic that your energy goes downhill?
I have no energy.
Okay.
It's even an effort to get up.
Okay. So 2 EFA plus 3 times a day, and at your body weight, I would get 2 bottles of Good Herbs Respiratory Support, 2 bottles of the Good Herbs Respiratory Support, and I would take a half a teaspoon twice a day. And I would do that for 4 weeks to give your lungs a little bit of an extra boost here. And also just look to see, okay, if there is a food allergy present, then within 45 minutes to an hour of eating something that you have an allergy to, your energy bottoms right out within 45 minutes to an hour. So look to see if after you take the green drink, or after you have breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or after you do something, that your energy bottoms out. And if it does, it's probably related to that last thing that you put into your system. Like you said, it might have nothing to do with it, but we don't want to overlook the obvious. In the meantime, Wanda, more EFA Plus and the Good Herbs Respiratory Support. Give me a call back in a couple weeks with an update. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in and turning on. In 2016, you need to ask yourself the question, do you want to play the game of healing? Do you want to take a walk through the country of curing illness? Medical nutrition. If you do, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're sick and tired of being let down by conventional medical doctors and taking prescription medications, you know what, over elbow, all of the time and getting worse and worse, then go to Glidden.healthcare. Become a Dr. Glidden advocate and educate yourself about what you can do to fix it. Let's go to Sarge in Ohio. Hey, Sarge, welcome aboard. You are live, and Happy New Year to you.
I was going to say, Happy New Year to you, Dr. G. How's everything going?
Well, God willing and the creek don't rise, things are getting better here every week. I'm very optimistic about 2016. More and more people with big megaphones around the world are starting to come over to our side of the fence here. So I think we're going to see a substantial rise in our followers this year. I'm very excited.
I think you're right. Hey, I've got a lady, 5'8", 235, who's been diagnosed with extremely high copper, possible Wilson's disease.
Wilson's disease, yeah. High copper, yeah, okay.
Yes, you got low thyroid, low blood pressure, and low body temperature.
Well, that would make sense to me because copper and selenium have an intimate relationship, copper and selenium. And in order for you to have optimal copper levels, you need to have enough selenium in the body and vice versa. If you have too much of one or not enough of one, you're going to have too much of the other. So the first thing to consider if you don't have enough copper is not enough selenium, which is interesting because selenium is of maximum importance for thyroid health, right? So if somebody runs out of selenium, it's only a matter of time until their thyroid goes south. This person's thyroid already has gone south, and they have high copper levels. Those are two nails in the coffin for the diagnosis of a selenium deficiency. Now, the medical doctors will tell you that Wilson syndrome is an inherited disorder. It's an autosomal recessive disorder, and that if both parents have it, you're going to have it, and that's just the way that it is. I'm not sure about that. The field of genetics is changing before our eyes, and genetics is being replaced by epigenetics, right, which is the relationship between nutrients and gene function. So I would gainsay that the reason that this person can't get rid of copper is really not because of a bad gene, but because of nutrient deficiencies, which may have led to a malformed gene. So in any event, the recommendation here would be I would give them 4 bottles of selenium a month in addition to the 90 essential nutrients. That's it. Simple 4 bottles of selenium a month. I would counsel them, of course, to take the selenium supplement and the mineral supplements away from a meal that has phytates in it, or between meals would be better. And, of course, they have to eliminate the 12 bad foods. Now, when we're treating stuff like this and or things like iron-deficient anemia, right, where there's really the operative cause here is a nutrient deficiency, big time, then usually we see a really nice improvement within 8 weeks. So I would anticipate that things would roll around nicely for her in 8 weeks. Does she have vitiligo? Do you know?
She hasn't mentioned it. The biggest concern they had was that possibly any copper that we have in the products might add to the problem that she's got with the increased copper levels. But I'm inclined to agree that the selenium is what's missing to bring those things back into.
Yeah, and this from our point of view, this is not happening because of an excess of copper. This is happening because of a deficiency in other minerals that the body needs in order to maintain proper copper levels. It's the same thing with many different types of anemia. You don't just need iron. You need all 90 essential nutrients in order to help the body metabolize and stabilize the iron that it has. So it's not as simple a situation as just eliminating copper. Quite frankly, I could make the argument that there's unless she lives on top of a copper mine, there's probably not enough copper in the food anyway, and that the reason that copper is developing here is not because of intake, but because of lack of nutrients. And the first, second, and third thing to consider here, Sarge, is selenium. You are the last best hope your community has, Sarge. The same for you, Longevity Nation. I am your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden. Live long and prosper. We'll see you next time.
Hey,
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2015 for 20% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
$58 billion. That's how much unclaimed money is waiting for rightful owners. And the government admits 1 in 10 people are owed this money. But where does the cash come from? Answer: over 13 places. One of them is every time someone dies without a will. And studies show over 50% of Americans don't have a will. Is it any wonder unclaimed money has become the #1 source of revenue for most state governments? Second only to taxes. The largest recipient of unclaimed money received $32.8 million. The cash was proceeds from the sale of nearly 1.3 million shares of stock. But what about you? How do you find out how much unclaimed money you might be owed? That's easy, thanks to a new free report from realcashsecrets.com. It will show you everything. To receive your free report, just visit realcashsecrets.com. But hurry, because this free offer will be discontinued. So go to realcashsecrets.com. That's realcashsecrets.com.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, LibertyOnCall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to LibertyOnCall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's LibertyOnCall.org.
Hi, this is Sophie Winnick, longtime distributor and user of Youngevity products. In the last few years, my family went through a crisis. Everything else in my life, including my business, had to be put on the back burner. Thankfully, life is getting back to normal now, but the one thing I never had to worry about was my business and my monthly commission. I've been a distributor for Youngevity for over 17 years, since before it was Youngevity, and I've got to say the most amazing thing about this company is the people. While my family was in crisis, other distributors stepped in and helped my customers, simply because that's what Youngevity people do, even for people they don't know. For me, it has never been about getting rich. It was about a product I could stand behind, a company I could count on, and a monthly commission check that has never not once been late in 17 years. Youngevity is truly a business for everyone, even people who have too much to do. I'm Sophie Winnick. I'm just like you. I have a real life, real ups and downs, but I know I will always have Youngevity.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Rainier Distillers designs and builds custom copper stills for home purification of water, distilling alcohol, essential oils, cannabis oil, and ethanol fuel. Use these distillers at home to remove all those nasty chemicals that are added to your public drinking water by fluoridation, resulting in pure, safe drinking water for you and your family. Call RainierDistillers.com at 360-446-8998 and check out their website at RainierDistillers.com, located in Seattle, Washington.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.